Hi everybody, this is a short introduction to my regular introduction. I made some hot process. You can see the crock pot over there. Turned out great. Everybody knows that soap making is an art. There's creativity, there's science to it, as in the chemistry, and sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes we don't measure right. Sometimes things don't go as we planned. Sometimes we forget things. This is not one of my best videos. I like to post as a tutorial, especially hot process. I was going to edit some of the things out, like the long stick blending, things I forgot to do, the long stirring at the end. I decided not to do that because if there is somebody watching this who wants to learn how to make hot process, it doesn't do them any good if I edit out the parts that they might need to see. So I've left everything in here. This is a long video. Feel free to skip ahead if you like. Even when we make mistakes, things don't go as planned. Most of the time, we still end up with a good bar of soap. So, I made some major faux pas here. You'll see them along the way, but I still ended up with a great bar of soap. And that just goes to show you, all of us make mistakes. Even the most experienced make mistakes. Most of the time, we can save our soap. So, I'm posting this video, warts and all. I'll see you. Thanks for watching. Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man. It's Saturday morning and it's time to make some soap. As you can probably tell, if you've watched me before, we're going to be doing hot process. You're looking straight down into the crock pot. This will be a tutorial how I do it. There are various ways, but for the most part you add some sort of heat, generally with a crock pot, and usually within less than an hour you have soap, and as soon as it's cooled down enough, you can cut it. Technically, you can use it. Not recommended, but you can. One of my favorite ways to do it is to make a single color and then support embeds in it. So I will be using one of the colors Lisa gave me. This is from Be Scented. It's called Light Rust Mica, so this will be the base of the soap. These are the embeds. So when I'm doing cold process and I have soap left in the containers and I say I'll clean this up off camera, that's what I do. I put that leftover into one of these Sun and Moon containers and make some small soaps of various colors, and then I chop them up and then I make a single color base and support them in it. I will be fragrancing this with Nature's Garden, white tea, and bergamot. This one I think is new to them, and some say it causes serious issues in cold process. A few people don't. I've seen more the issues that it has. I've seen more people say it has issues like severe ricing and acceleration. Not a problem in hot process. I always take what I consider the bad boys, use them in hot process because it's not an issue. We'll get to that later. Let me get my goggles on as soon as I find them. Oh, where they're supposed to be, right in front of me. Okay, so with hot process, I don't worry about temperatures of the oils and lye right now. This is 154 degrees, 154 degrees. Right now, the lye is 134 degrees. Don't recommend that with cold process. With hot process, doesn't matter. And with hot process, I like a very, very thick, well emulsified trace before I let it start to cook. So this will take a while. Technically, that's well emulsified. I could pour that into the mold right now, and as hot as it is and all that stick blending, it would just, man, it would just set up in no time. However, guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the color in. I usually put the color in the oils first because it looks so neat, and I forgot to do it. Soap Man goofed. Fortunately, I'm going to do a lot of stick blending, so it won't matter. But oh, I hate that I did that, because it looks so neat when this is mixed in the oils. Oh well. Okay, this is going to cook and cook and cook, so and it's going to be stirred a lot. As a matter of fact, since I forgot to put colors in, let me just give it a good stir, even with all that stick blending. Looks nice. Okay, so it is time to put the lid on, and I'll see you in a little while. Alright, look what's happening. That's why you never leave hot process unattended. It really started on me fast, just almost with no warning. Never, ever leave hot process unattended. This is my usual recipe, my usual amount of water. Usually behaves very well, but even so, never leave hot process unattended. And we have already, in 5 minutes, gone to the applesauce stage. This is where your soap starts to cook and it starts to separate. And it has the look and texture of applesauce. Now mine, of course, is colored, but it has the look and appearance of applesauce. Never leave hot process unattended while it's cooking. For that exact reason. If I had not watched this, I would have had caustic soap all over the place. Be right back. Okay, 10 minutes after it cooked, it started climbing. We went through applesauce. We are at now the fluffy mashed potato stage. It's starting to get slick and shiny, or shiny I should say. It's almost soap in 10 minutes. I have never had soap behave so violently like this. This is the same recipe I've used, the same water amount, same temperatures. Boy, it usually behaves very well. Not this time. We are already at the potato stage, and in just probably a minute, I'm going to pull the plug, try to make sure it stops climbing. We'll pull the plug, we'll be at the glossy mashed potato stage, and we'll be ready to put the embeds in and fragrance it. Okay, not even 15 minutes. It's cooked. We have soap. So I went ahead and pulled the plug. So I'm going to go ahead and get the hot crock out of the base so it will start to cool down. Just set the base out of the way so I don't trip on it or get burned on it. Get you back over where you can see. Now, even though this is soap, I still have my goggles on because there's no lye in this, but it is very hot and it still has a very high pH. It will burn the daylights out of your eyes. At this point, I like to put sodium lactate into the cooked soap because it helps it stay fluid just a little bit longer, gives me more time to work with molding. And it's 1 teaspoon per pound of oils, which is 3.25. I'm just going to make it 4. stir it in, which will help cool it down some, because it does need to cool a little bit. If I don't let it cool some, it'll melt the soap embeds. Even though they're cold process, it'll melt them. Okay, now the next few minutes are not going to be the most exciting. I will tell you about this fragrance. If you're interested, go to Nature's Garden Candles and check it out. Check out the reviews. It smells fantastic. It just smells absolutely out of this world. It does have some reviews that it caused extreme ricing and acceleration. Not an issue with hot process. This is already soap. It's not going to accelerate. It's not going to bind to the hard oils and cause ricing. So it's not an issue in hot process. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start to slowly stir it in. Now I know some people say let it cool down or it'll flash off. I've not had that issue because the flash point does not refer to the point that the fragrance flashes off. The flash point refers to the temperature at which it will ignite when exposed to flame. It has nothing to do with what causes it to flash off your soap. But I'm just curious. Let's check the temperature. 195, pretty hot. But it does take a while to stir it in, so this won't be the most exciting. I might even speed it up. I stir it in a little at a time. And I know I measured this particular recipe specifically to hold this entire bottle. So using it at the maximum usage rate, this particular recipe is designed for this entire bottle. So I have not measured it out. Put our embeds in. And it's time to mold it. Oops, shoot. So let's try to get this where you can see it, and you can. So just basically, you just take it and plop, just keep doing this, and I'll spread it out, and I'll smack it on the floor to get it out and get air bubbles out. Smack it on the floor. And we'll smack it one more time. And guess what? We're finished. So let me just kind of clean that up just a little bit where it's wanting to run over the side. But guess what? 15 minutes after it started to cook, I had soap. All of this, all of that in the crock pot won't go to waste. Trust me, you know I don't waste soap. So guess what? It's cold outside in West Virginia. It's actually snowing. I'm going to put something over to protect it and set it outside so it'll cool down quickly. As soon as it's ready to cut, we'll be back. Okay, so 3 hours later, it's hardened. Back to cut the soap. I went ahead and split it off camera because I couldn't get you into the line of view the way my camera's set up now, but I didn't peek, I promise. We're going to see it together. And very nice. Oh, it's, you know what? Oh, still too soft. Oh, too soft. In the center, in the dead center. Lucky I didn't ruin it. So, I'll be back. Alright, I have half an hour in the refrigerator and I think we're ready to try this again. Yeah, it's nice and firm now. Alright, the end piece, not much in it. There we go, and this is just what I had planned. And since the other log is going to look pretty much the same, I will go ahead and shut us down and cut that one off camera. Everybody, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week for another cold process batch. Bye.